Okay, settling into your seated position. Close your eyes and start to slow down your breath, very intentionally lengthening, deepening it. Okay, make sure to take special attention to the alignment of your spine, making sure that we have equal weight in each sitting bone. Okay, a little pull back in the belly button and a little bit of a tuck in the tailbone, allowing you to lift your low back up and drop your shoulder blades down, your back a little bit more maybe. Sometimes a little bit of a tuck in your chin can help neutralize that cervical spine a little bit more. And I think it's always nice to begin a yoga practice with practicing a little smile. It's good for your face muscles. Find your breaths getting really long and slow. And your belly and your chest getting bigger with each inhale and stronger with each exhale. Let's keep breathing long and slow. And I just want to play around with breath pattern a little bit. A little exploration. So let's start to cultivate a breath where we hold at the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. And that might go something like this. You take your fullest inhale. Pause at the top of your inhale to take in as much as you can, even more. And then hold. Maybe count 3, 2, 1. And then exhale completely. Pause at the bottom of the exhale to exhale more. And hold. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a few rounds like that. Inhale, big inhale. Hold. Exhale completely. Hold. Take several more rounds, maybe 6 more rounds, maybe 7. Pay particular attention to the difference between the inhale, exhale, and the hold. Just a few more. Keep your spine long, keep your shoulders low down. Last one. Make this one the longest and the deepest. All right, emerge from that breath experience and allow your breath to return to somewhat normal. Okay, notice what your new normal feels like. And then let's begin to open up. Okay, open up and warm up a little bit. Take a big breath in, reach up with your arms. As your arms come up, make sure your shoulder blades go down. And exhale, hands down. So we'll just start to wake up your shoulders. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Take a few more. Maybe 3. Okay, you can make this as gentle and as subtle or as warm and active as you like. It's really something you're always modifying for yourself, for your practice. So inhale up and then pause there just a moment. This time when you exhale, you're going to twist to your left. Drop your right fingers in front and your left fingers behind. Inhale back up to long spine at center, shoulder blades low, and exhale, twist to the right, look behind you. Let's take a few more like this. Inhale to center, exhale, twist. Inhale, and exhale. Close your eyes. Feel your upper body revolving on your spinal column. Feel the strength in your back, strength in your shoulders. Okay, the next time you twist out to the left, pause there. You're looking to the left. You're looking maybe over that left shoulder behind you. You can use the right hand on the left knee to deepen this a little. Breathe into the back of the right shoulder. Okay, breathe in, big chest breath in. And big belly exhale. And let's come through center on the inhale. Arms up, long spine. And exhale to the right. Same thing here. Pause. Maybe that left hand on the right knee drives you deeper into the twist. Okay, feel that left shoulder blade peeling open. Big inhales. Big exhales. And bring it on back into center. Big breath in. Exhale here. Bring your fingertips down in front of you. Okay, if you've had your knees crossed or your ankles crossed one way for a long time, go ahead and switch to crossing. And ground your hips, both hips equally heavy. Start to walk your hands out away from you. Drop your head. Okay, feel the hips go down. Feel your fingertips press down in the back of your body, really spreading open. You can kind of sway here. Keep your neck long though, please. And as you're ready, walk your hands back up and in to center. Okay, lean back on your hands here and let's do some windshield wipers. Okay, dropping the knees side to side. This is a great time to notice how your hips and your low back are feeling. If you feel any tweaking or restriction, just notice. Use that information later. Okay, next time your knees point out to the left, let's pause right there, okay? Knees are pointing over to the left. We're gonna point the right toes straight behind you. So take them, point the right toes behind you, right knee pointed out front. And line your left shin up with the direction your shoulders are facing. So when you look at your feet here, you see this when you look at your legs, you see this little triangle shape on the floor. Okay, so go ahead and drop your left hand under your left shoulder on the floor and lift your hips up. So push down into your knees. Get your hips up off the floor. We're going to sweep this right arm up overhead. So finding a big breath in. As you exhale, bring it back down. Drop your hips. And we'll do the other side. So right fingers on the floor. Inhale that left arm up and open. Exhale, bring it down. So let's do that side to side a few more times. Okay, inhale into that right side. You can reach as far as you want. Inhale into the left. Remember to keep your neck long. Do your best. I like to close my eyes for this one, okay? It's nice to just feel yourself moving. Using that mind-body map, just experience the movement from within. We're pretty close to the floor, so not much danger of falling. Okay, next time you come up and you've got that right hand up overhead and you've lifted your hips and you have the right knee bent, let's pause here. I want to reconfigure a little bit and get a little bit more into the right side. So just pick up the left knee and put it underneath your left hip. And then we're going to extend that right leg. Okay, and magically we're set up for a supported side plank. So if you just take your time to be here, okay, you'll allow yourself to settle in. We want to think of a lot of length across the whole right side of your body. So think of any tension in your low back on the right side, in your rib cage, kind of melting off here, melting out. But seal down into the outer edge of your right foot. If you could even lift your arch a little bit, it might feel nice in your ankle. And remember to actively push against the floor with the grounded hand, okay? So you're actively pushing down. And we'll reach that right hand up overhead, very far away from you here. Take a few breaths, just reaching out. Make the armpit a little bigger, perhaps by bending the elbow. You can even start to look up at the ceiling. Think of kind of peeling your chest up and open. Think of the heart moving up, up, up. Maybe one more big breath here. Big heart. And exhale to bring it down. So bring that right hand back to the floor. And you can spin your hips all the way down. Have a seat. And if you lean back, we can take some more windshield wipers here. Just windshield wiper it out. Feeling some nice warmth and circulation in the hips and lower body, and hopefully your back too now. Okay, friends, so next time your knees point to the right now, we'll do the other side. Okay, so your knees are pointing to the right. Line that right shin up in front of you so it's kind of squared off with your shoulders. Point the left toes behind you. See the triangle when you look down. That's how you know you're in. I call this a mermaid pose. Okay. Drop the right hand. Push the floor down. Use your knees. And we'll get that left hand up. Big breath in to the left side. Okay, exhale to bring it down. On the right now. The hips stay grounded this time. Then exhale down. So you go side to side. Keep breathing. Okay, spaciousness all along your low back. Your armpit, your hip. Okay, all peeling open. Keep that neck long and soft. Okay. Next time you're up, okay, you've peeled open that left side. Let's pause here and just reconfigure into a supported side plank. So get the right knee underneath you and extend the left leg. And here we are. Take some time, actively push the floor away with the grounded hand. Be active there. Be active with the belly button in towards your spine as well, because we want to keep the low back safe. If we extend and kind of arch too much in the low back, we could lose the benefits of the posture. So open up into the left side, reach out long. Okay, you can stay with more of a chest opening. You can stay with more of a side opening. Or you could cactus that arm and kind of peel the whole heart open to the ceiling. Think of lifting that sternum. One more breath here, yogis. And come on down. And then once again, drop back onto your seat. Windshield wipers as you lean back. Okay, so from your windshield wipers, let's take the right leg. Go ahead and straighten out your left leg in front of you and then kind of lean over onto your left hip. And you can tuck that right knee so the foot is back by your right hip. And just take a little time to see if this is okay. If you have any kind of knee injury, if the right knee is not happy about this at all, then just modify. You can just maybe press the right foot down next to your left knee, okay, and get still some benefits from where we're going with this. So only if it's right for you, you can tuck that right foot back by your hip. So settling into your legs nice and strong, we're going to press down into both legs so we have some activity there, okay? And everyone's going to be really different here. So I'll show you kind of like a spectrum that you can move through if you choose. First of all, we want to kind of acknowledge what's happening here. We're getting a great stretch across the top of the right leg, okay, the right quadriceps, and also the back of the left, because we're seated. So you can always use your fingers to press yourself up. Okay, you can put them behind you or in front of you. But no matter where you are, do your best to have a long spine and gently resist the floor. So we'll take a few more breaths here. If this is fine, just stay here, okay? Start to drop back on your hands if you want to play and explore a little further. You can just lean back on your hands and think of keeping your chest lifted, okay? So try not to let your chest cave in. Pick up your heart. Okay, if you're still feeling good here, you can try coming down to one elbow, maybe two. Okay, you can tuck your tailbone a little bit and point it at your toes. You're at your left toes. So if you notice that your right knee starts to pop up and move out to the right, then maybe back it up a little bit until you can keep your knees very close together on the floor. Okay, you want to think of drawing the knees toward each other here. You may come down onto your back here. It's really kind of different for everyone. And you may even grab your elbows and really open your head, your chest and shoulders up to the ceiling. So we'll take a few breaths here, actively pressing the knees down and together so they're not passive. Make sure the legs are active. Wherever you are, long spine, active legs, big breath. And then we'll start to come out just as slowly as we came in. You can put your hands underneath your low back and press your elbows down to come up. I find that works pretty well. Coming back up to your elbows if you laid down. Back up on your hands if you were on your elbows. And then I want to play a little bit with this left leg. So try bending your left knee. You can pick it up and pull it towards you. And then see if you can pick your left foot up off the ground, hugging that knee into your chest. Okay? It might work and it might be uncomfortable, in which case you'll need to back out and just take it easy. But if everything's going pretty good, you can reach down for that right foot, that's the left foot, for that left foot and extend the left leg. And then you can play around with how close You can move it to and away from you. And remember to keep it active. Okay, and if you're here and you want to try kind of a fun little extra special challenge, go ahead and reach out, energize through that leg, and let go of it. See if you can hold here for one big breath in. And hold for one big exhale. All right, as you're ready, release that leg back to the floor. Okay, lean back on your hands, rock onto that left hip, and we'll swing the right leg around front. So let's take some more windshield wipers here. Notice how the right leg feels. Okay, a few more windshield wipers. Okay, now we're gonna do the other side. So if you rock over onto that right hip, you can tuck the left leg. So tuck that left foot back by you. Start to straighten out the right leg. And just start to play with how the other side might feel. Okay, I'll turn a little bit so you can... Okay, so the idea is we want active legs. So although it may be tempting to let them just kind of go to sleep here, energize them, pushing away into the floor, okay, and also pulling the knees toward each other and down. And you may just rest here, leaning back or leaning forward with a long spine. And that would be a wonderful place to be. However, you always have the option to continue to explore. Okay, hands behind you maybe. Keep lifting your heart. Maybe elbows. Okay, continue to get that great quad stretch across the top of that left leg. Maybe laying down. Maybe arms behind you. Okay, no matter where you are, gently resist the floor. Pull those knees toward each other. And breathe. Where do you feel this? How's your breath? How's your heart rate? Check in here. Okay, as you're ready, come out as slowly as you came in. No rush. Use your elbows pushing down to come up. Hands to come up. Okay, and then sit up nice and tall. Sit up nice and tall. See how you feel about bending that right knee, bringing it in. Okay, this might be enough. You can actually just stay right here. It's plenty for some. Okay, but perhaps you're picking that right knee up and really pulling it into your chest. And then you feel good about both hands on the foot. Okay, play around with that. Remember, everything is active in the legs. They're not just asleep here. Okay, and then you really activate through that foot. If you want to play around with that same challenge here, activate the leg and let go of it. Hold it in the air. Big breath in. And a big exhale. All right, release that leg. Lean back on your hands here. Again, windshield wipers. Notice how your legs are feeling. Okay, next time your knees point to the side, go ahead and flip over onto your belly. Come on down. All the way down. I want to get your upper body a little bit warm and then do some really nice shoulder release. So one of our best ways to get nice and warm in the upper body is to activate the shoulders in a Sphinx posture. So let's find a nice Sphinxy pose so your belly can be nice and heavy on the floor. And I actually like to do some nice rocking, like kind of smooshing your belly into the floor so it feels really flat and heavy on the ground, okay? And Notice your elbows under your shoulders have this very important position where if you sink down into your shoulders, you have this turtleneck that is not super effective for our purposes. So push down into your elbows and then pull back on them, making your neck rise up and out of your shoulders. See if you could even draw the shoulders further down your back, away from your ears, making more space in your neck. As you do this, as you really activate your very big, strong Sphinx upper body, could you point your tailbone at the ground? So think of lifting your belly button and using your glutes to point your tailbone down. Okay, continue to Sphinx arm forward, tailbone down. So you can breathe here just like this. And if you ever need a break, you can just let off on the strength in your arms, okay? And if you want to dive in more and open up more in that chest and that low back, you can strengthen more, pulling back on the elbows, pointing the tailbone down. So I'm just going to give you some options you can play with. Okay, if you hold a lot of tension in your chest and your heart, this is going to be tense for you, but it's also an opportunity to release and kind of encounter and just be with what's going on in your shoulders. So keep your elbows pointing down. Do your best. See if you could hover them just an inch or a centimeter off the mat and hold right here. Now your hands are the ones pulling down and back, but your tailbone's still pointing down. Breathe. Okay, this might be just enough, or you might want to extend your arms. It's really up to you. Continue to pull on the floor, not push. Additionally, you can also play around with bending your knees and sending your toes toward the back of your head. Just kind of something to play with. Okay, one more big breath here in your Sphinx posture. And then come on out. Relax into the floor. Okay, take some figure 4 arms, cactus arms out to the side. And just rest your forehead. Take a few breaths to let that back bend magic soak in. Back bends can be so exhilarating and energizing. It's also important for us to strengthen the back of the body so that we can counter the tension that tends to get gathered in the front body. Helps keep us open and balanced. Okay, that being said, let's open up some tension in your shoulders and let's do some good work. So look out at your right hand. Keep your figure 4 left arm. Okay, keep your right angled left elbow, and then use your right hand to roll into your left side. Okay, at this point, adjust your left elbow. You can slide it up to make a different angle in your shoulder and your armpit, or you can slide it down. So make it just right. I like mine a little bit lower than my shoulder on this side. Once you're ready, you're going to tuck that bottom knee in. Okay, make a little figure 4 knee on the floor, the left knee. And at this point, you're ready to just breathe here and just see what happens. So remember to keep breathing. And it'll take about 30 seconds for this posture to maybe just settle in. So breathe and be patient. And then maybe at some point you start to feel some warmth or some opening gathering in your left shoulder. And I just want to remind you to activate that left arm a little bit. Push gently down into the floor with the left hand, the one you can't see. Notice how it feels in your shoulder and your chest. So you can stay just like this, or you can play around with opening your right arm up to the ceiling So you can move that right arm back and opening up the chest more. You can even drop the right hand behind your back and try to tuck it underneath your left side. Get the shoulder blades out of the way. So the more you press in that in that left hand, the more opening you can access in that left side. So if you're left-handed, this might be your really sticky side, and you might have to be a little extra gentle with it. Take your last breath here. And start to unwind yourself. Come back to your belly. Take your time. There's no rush. Come on back. Rest on your forehead. Shake it off. All right, ready to do the other side? Use your left hand now to roll onto your right side. So make that nice little right angle arm on the right and roll onto it. And before you stick yourself here, okay, before you commit with that right knee, make sure you slide the right elbow up or down. Make the angle just right. I like my elbow a little higher than the shoulder on this side and a little lower on the other. So be aware that there's going to be differences, and you can change the way you approach the posture from side to side. Okay, I'll spin around to face you here. So once you're ready to settle in, then you tuck that right knee up and in. Do all the fidgeting. And then start to just breathe. Let your head rest. Okay. Maybe just be soft in the posture for about a couple breaths. And then start to energize the posture a little bit, okay? Doesn't have to be all of your energy, but give it some of your energy. Start by pressing down in that right hand. Push the floor down. Notice that right shoulder. Hopefully it's a nice peeling, open of tension kind of feeling. Use your breath to your advantage here. So warming that right side of the chest, we can breathe deeply into it and unlock extra space. Maybe reaching up with your left hand will give you a little bit more opening across your chest. Okay, maybe you drop the arm across your back. If you're right-handed, this might be your sticky special side, and that's okay. One last breath here. Make it long and slow. And then start to unroll yourself, untangle yourself out of this. Come on back. Back to your forehead. Take a moment. Notice how your chest and shoulders feel. As you're ready, use your hands under your shoulders. tucking your toes, press it up to hands and knees, and then all the way back to down dog, or not to down dog, to child's pose. Press it back to a child's pose. Let your head rest on the floor. Okay, so I just want one little twist with you here in a child's pose. So start by just picking up your head and then sliding your right hand under your left. You can drop the right shoulder, drop the right ear, and breathe here. Remember to make your neck long. Sometimes the neck tends to disappear here. So you can stay with the left fingers on the floor, or you can reach the left hand up. Okay, think of opening your arms wide, 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 as if to hug someone. Perhaps that left hand drops across your back, and you can just grab your right thigh. Use it to open up even more. Okay, take your time spiraling out of this twist, and we'll just move to the other side. So there's no rush. Come on through center. Your head is up, and you can slide your left arm under your right, finding that opposite twist. So drop the left shoulder, the left ear, and try to make your neck long. Take some time to settle into this side. Before you go real deep, make sure to settle in. Perhaps that right arm starts to reach up. You're starting to open your arms like you want to give a hug. Maybe that right hand drops across and grabs your left thigh. Let's enjoy one more big breath here. And then spiral out of this. Come back to center. Back to your child's pose. So let's spend some time just breathing here. This is where we'll finish our practice. So this is our resting posture. So you're always welcome to choose a more appropriate resting posture for you. Allow your breath to be nice and easy now, no longer controlling the breath. Allow the body to be nice and easy. No more activation, no more effort, no more doing. Just body being, just the breath being. Notice the thoughts coming and going. And please keep resting just like this for as long as you can. The longer the better. Okay, at least 5 minutes is best though. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for taking care of yourselves.